Probably slow it.
We're working. We're in the lab, and we're gonna make sure this happens as soon as possible.
Welcome to an episode of the Sports Genes Into the Lab podcast, where sports analysts and experts dissect the latest news from the NBA and NFL, giving you a unique view on some of the hottest topics around your favorite teams. From the fresh field smells of the NFL to the hardwood courts of the NBA, and possibly your comfy couch for your fantasy football team. Let's see what kind of news the lab is working with today. Here's your host from the Sports Analytics headquarters in San Antonio, Texas, Ernest Silva.
We are back. We are back. We had a fun weekend at the Expo here in San Antonio. I am your host, Ernest Doc E. Silva. It has been a week. It's been a weekend. It's been a couple of weeks here. We're episode 17 of a wonderful season 6 here on Into the Lab podcast. We're going week 15. The sports scientists are here to dissect some picks. But first, let's go around the room. Who do we have? Of course, the co-host of season 6 and your ITL leader by 11 games now, Chris Borak is here. How's it going, my man?
What's going on, guys? Good to be here. Yeah, we had an excellent time at the expo. Thank you for everybody for stopping by. I think we're still kind of recovering, Ernest. It was so busy we were wiped out after that expo this weekend. Or last
Yeah,
weekend.
we started with 386 packs of Pokemon cards. We ended with 17. It was wild.
It
We
was
were
ridiculous.
nonstop busy. We had a ton of fun. And back by popular demand, breaking news, we are going to be back at the expo in February 22nd and 23rd at Shriner Auditorium. My voice is back. We were called the auction booth by a lot of people because we were just constantly yelling out numbers and chasing the illustrious Moonbryon prize that was there sitting on top of the counter the entire time. We appreciate all of you that came out. And again, we'll be back. Shriner Auditorium, February 22nd and 23rd, different prizes. We might have a raw Moonbryon to give away, but we will keep that as a suspense. Come out and have fun, though. Everybody was wondering if we're a shop. We're not a shop. We're just a podcast. We're having some fun. So come check us out there in San Antonio. The other person that's here on your screen is the illustrious, the elusive Chris Connor with the Last Call podcast, a regular sports scientist since last season. How's it going, Chris?
Pretty good. We just had Nino Brown on the show. We talked some college football, Bill Belichick, Army, Navy this weekend, and I'm ready to go now.
How was your weekend? Ours was loud. Ours was loud. Was yours just as loud, or did you have a pretty quiet weekend?
No, let's see. You watched the all the football games, including Texas, Georgia. I am sorry, Ernest. When we had Wild UFC 310, and then wash it up with some pro wrestling. So yeah, I had a busy week. Dropped some interviews on the show, and as I said, we're ending the NFL season. So now it's this mad scramble. So you, I, and Borak both know that the playoff picture's still alive. Teams are trying to save their seasons, and I'm ready for everything.
Super exciting, guys. We have a fun-filled episode, as you guys know. If you haven't tuned in before, welcome. If you're watching on LinkedIn, you probably saw the announcement. I did get a promotion on my regular day job, so very exciting stuff. And I appreciate you if you're tuning in for the first time. I know
Congratulations.
Thank you. I know that that LinkedIn profile was attached to that announcement, so some of y'all may be seeing this for the first time, but we're excited here. If it's your first time tuning in, this is a regular NFL show we do weekly, so welcome. And for all you regulars, get your pen and papers out because we're going right into primetime pick'em right after this short, of course, interlude. Hashtag what's in your DNA. Join the Sport Gene today. That is what we are. The sports scientists talk sports, bring up your favorite topics, whether it's the NFL or NBA on this show or college basketball, college football on any one of our other shows, baseball, hockey, as well as wrestling. Check out any one of our podcasts or our shows on our network. Hashtag what's in your DNA is our slogan for 2025. All right, guys. Primetime Pick'em is upon us. And of course, you're only watching this because Thursday Night Football is just so amazing right now. You must be a little bored out of your mind at a 9-6 game. You can keep me honest, that score has changed. But we
Still
have put our
9-6.
picks. Yeah, still 9-6. So we have our picks in already, and both Borak and I have San Francisco. Chris Connor, I have you as San Francisco as well. So we went
Oh
all
no,
pro
I
San.
did. I had the Rams +3.
There you go. Rams +3 was Borak's pick because that's getting updated in the tracker by our producer and studio producer, and we have 49ers for the other two. So guys, this is a nasty game. You guys want to talk a little bit about Thursday night before we go to the Buffalo Detroit game? Borak.
I'm kind of surprised. I mean, it's been raining off and on, but I'm kind of surprised that the Rams offense hasn't gotten going. Their red zone offense has been terrible tonight. But 6 minutes left. They're up by 3. I feel good about my Rams +3 pick. Sorry, guys. You guys are on the losing end again as usual. But yeah, Kyron Williams is having a good night. But dude, San Francisco, let me know in the comments what's going on with Deebo Samuel. Is he just done? Washed? Like, what's going on? Dropping passes? Like, the guy is just a shell.
Yeah, and Cooper Kupp with a goose egg is really hurting me in a couple of leagues, including yours, Borak. Just not a good day for Cooper Kupp. Stands
Puka's
out there.
having a nice game.
What's that?
Puka's having a nice game. 7 catches for 97 yards, but
yeah,
nobody's gotten in the end zone. It's pretty bad. If you like defensive struggles, then you probably like this game, but no offensive firepower tonight.
Speaking of defensive havoc, anybody else watch that Warriors-Rockets game last night? Now, we could probably talk about that topic for a while here on this show. But congrats to the Houston Rockets making the semis. I've already said if the Rockets win Friday, I'll be in Vegas Sunday morning, and we're going to the game.
Wow.
I will be there.
Wow.
I will be there. I will take video. I will take pictures. I will wear ITL stuff. I will go off because I'm going to see a Rockets championship in my lifetime, even if it's in the NBA Cup. I'm going to be there. So
I was like,
So
does
Ernest,
that count?
The question is, will you drop some money? Will there be like what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas moment where you'll win like $1 million, run around with your shirt off and go, yes, I'm a champion of the world?
I don't know if it's $1 million, but I will say I will take every single dollar profit I made at the Expo last weekend and put it on the Rockets to win the championship. If I was
don't
in
do
Vegas.
that. Don't do that. Please don't do
Let
that.
it ride, Ernest. You know, if you had the feeling, you had the feeling. Let it ride. Don't listen to Borak. He's a killjoy. Let it ride, baby.
Don't do that. It's a bad bet.
How do they say it? Pound. That's what they say. My game of the week is actually the noon game on Sunday. Let's talk some betting. Buffalo Bills at the Detroit Lions. Detroit Lions 2.5-point favorites at home. This is probably what some would call a preview, a possible preview of what could be a Super Bowl game between the Buffalo Bills and Detroit Lions. Detroit Lions 2.5-point favorites at home, which means it's pretty much a wash when it comes to Vegas standards. Borak, you're the season leader. You get to lead us on the first game.
Oh man, this is going to be a good game. These two teams, I'm kind of surprised that it's widened to 2.5. I don't know what it opened at, but it was at 1 in the beginning of the week. So money is coming in on the Lions, and I kind of agree with that. These are two evenly matched teams, but I bet it when it was at 1. I thought that the Lions getting rest, being off the bye, getting a little healthier. The Bills coming off a shootout, tough loss in Los Angeles. They're kind of beat up. They've got some injuries they're dealing with. But overall, I think these are two evenly matched teams. I give the team that's had the more rest and off the bye the edge. But the one thing that tipped it over even more was Buffalo's rushing defense has been non-existent in the last few weeks. And I don't know what's going on with them. I don't know if they have injuries up. I know Ed Oliver's been playing, but if they're not able to stop the Lions on the ground, I don't know what the path to victory is, because I don't see them being able to survive in a shootout against the Lions when they barely beat the Rams in a shootout, or they barely lost to the Rams in a shootout. So I'm going to take the Lions to cover here, the 2.5. So that's going to be my pick.
All right. We have a 2.5 coverage there by the Lions. Chris Connor.
Lions. I find it funny. It's two great teams, and yet the biggest weakness everybody says is the coaches. Detroit's like, okay, when will Dan Campbell like go against like traditional, like not common sense, and decide to go forward on 4th and 6, 4th and 5 instead of kick a field goal? When will Sean McDermott do like, oh yes, let's go for 4th and 2, fake punt at our own 30? When everybody's looking, going, why did you do that? So yeah, this is two evenly matched teams, but just give me Detroit. I think they're just a little more healthier and they're playing at home, so the speed is there. They don't have to worry about the weather.
I definitely don't agree with the takes. I do think that Josh Allen plays out in games where he goes against better defenses. So I do like the Bills in this matchup for a number of reasons. I think the Bills play better when they face adversity than when the Lions do. And I think this is going to be smash mouth football for at least a quarter and a half until we start seeing some more backup rotation pieces go in. I like Cook in this matchup as well. And I like the Bills' run game to dictate more than I like the Lions' run game in this game. So I'm going to take the Bills to win this game.
That's a hot take.
I'm going to take the Bills.
Do you trust the offense without Dalton Kincaid and with a banged up Amari Cooper? Like all of a sudden, you start looking at Josh Allen's weapons, like, oh yeah, wow, he better like pull Superman out of his rear end like he usually does, and hope that the Bills defense can stop the Lions.
Yeah, I take Allen over Goff right now. So I'm gonna lean Buffalo. I'm gonna say the better quarterback's on the field. And Buffalo is probably the best team in football right now, but Buffalo in those situations.
Wow, I wouldn't go that far.
Wow. Ernest is feeling himself right now.
I think they are. I think they're the most complete team in football right now. The Detroit Lions. I think they're the team to beat. You'd have to probably convince me pretty handedly not to, and then I will bring up my stats and show you why it's truth. But I like Buffalo in this game. I think Detroit is riding a high. It's a trap game for me. I think it's something where Buffalo seems like they're the overwhelming favorite because they're at home, more rested, team's more complete. Buffalo tends to shine in those moments. So taking them in primetime.
I will add one more thing. And it wouldn't surprise me if Buffalo wins this game. I do think Josh Allen is a baller, and it wouldn't surprise me to see him get 6 touchdowns and try to carry the team on his back. But you got to remember the Lions, I don't see this as a letdown spot. The Vikings are hot on their tails for that division. And I don't see them losing focus out of a bye week and being able to prepare for this game. I just think this is a bad scheduling spot for the Bills. This is a tough game coming off the last week game. And the Lions are just rested. But these are two evenly matched teams. It wouldn't shock me to see the Bills win.
Yep. That's a great take. Now we're going to go over to the ITL game of the week, which is going to be battle in Pennsylvania. Pittsburgh at Philadelphia. Philadelphia 5.5-point favorites. Two teams playing very well. Saquon making his appearance, City of Brotherly Love in this matchup. I'll have to go ahead and briefly talk. Actually, go ahead. Chris Connor, why don't you give us your first take on this game?
This is actually a tough game because Philly has more talent. I'm not denying that. But between the head coach, the wide receiver, and the quarterback, that's more dysfunction than, the Kardashians reality show. Meanwhile, Pittsburgh, it makes no sense. Russell Wilson should not be playing this good. They have no real talent, on the offense in terms of anybody outside George Pickens, and they're still putting up points. As I said, this makes no sense. I don't know why I'm doing this, but give me Pittsburgh.
I thought you might lean Pittsburgh, and I wanted to make sure you were before I give my take. So I'm absolutely going Philadelphia in this game. I think Philly is the better team in this game, and Philly is trying to push for a number 1 seed overall in the NFC. That's what they want. Saquon Barkley is very hard to take down, especially at home, and this is a civil war type of game. Give me the Eagles in the trenches. Give me the more consistent offense in the Eagles. And although there's some turmoil and they definitely fight like the Kardashians, I definitely think that this is a get right game for that wide receiver core. We might see both receivers go for 100 in this game, and Philly open up the offense even more. So Philly minus 5.5 for me, and I don't think it's close. All right.
Wow, God, Ernest coming out hot takes.
I am.
I don't know where you got to the conclusion that this is going to be a blowout. Because the Eagles just don't blow teams out, especially good teams.
They're
And
due one.
I guess, but you just said it. I mean, this is an in-state rivalry game, and this is going to be smash mouth football. That's how I see this game playing out. I think people are going to initially react, think this can be a high-scoring game, but Pickens being out is really throwing me for a loop. If George Pickens was playing, I don't think they'd be getting 5.5 points, but I would definitely lean towards Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh has been ridiculous lately. They have covered, I think do you have the stat? It's been like 6 of the last 7 games they've covered.
I got you right now.
Yeah, and so I'm really nervous about this Eagles team. I think Chris Carson hit on it. There's a lot of drama going on. AJ Brown is not happy. I don't know how many other people are not happy with Jalen Hurts right now. If anybody wants to,
they went 6 in a row. They went 6 in a row against the spread before finally losing one, but they're 10-3 all year against the spread.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And they've been having Justin Fields in and out, Russell Wilson throwing moon balls all year. I mean, I don't know how they're getting it done, but their defense is still elite, and they lean on the running game. You got to give Arthur Smith some credit for getting this team to play the way they have offensively, when everybody coming into the year thought he would be a major disappointment at offensive coordinator. I did not have a pick until I heard you guys talk. I'm torn on this game, and I still am. I'm just going to play the numbers. I'm going to ride the Steelers. Give me the 5.5. They've been covering the spread, so it makes absolutely no sense, but I'm going to take the points.
Pittsburgh plus 5.5 for Borax. We're kind of all over the spectrum on this game. Philly minus 5.5 for me, and I don't think it's close. Pittsburgh money line for Chris Conner, and then Pittsburgh plus 5.5, which is probably the smart bet. But on ITL, we take the bold takes, and we're going to go.
Here's a bold take. I was thinking about this here. The Dallas Cowboys have a better relationship between their quarterback and wide receiver, Dak and CG Lamb, than AJ Brown and Hurts. Think of that. The Cowboys actually have a better head coach than the Philadelphia Eagles. Think of that. Ernest, you're putting your money on a hardo who we think is an idiot, and Nick Sirianni, and a quarterback and a wide receiver who, if they could, they'd strangle each other and bury the body somewhere in Eagle Stadium. So, yeah.
The floor for the Pittsburgh Steelers is so much lower than the Philadelphia Eagles that I'm basically riding.
Mike Tomlin.
I mean, he lost to the Cowboys.
Yes, not with Russell Wilson. We keep waiting on Tomlin going, oh, he's going to suck. He's going to be terrible. This is the end of the Steelers. And you and I have learned we eat crow when we do that. Oh, Steelers are going to make the playoffs this year. They're not going to even be in the hunt. And now, look, Ernest, we need to eat crow. I will have a big helping with you in Vegas. You need to eat crow.
Ernest, I'm gonna throw the stat at you real quick. Tomlin against the spread as an underdog is 60, 32, and 3.
It's pretty good. Yeah, I knew it was good.
He doesn't get blown out.
I completely agree. But the 32, make it 33 after this weekend. All right, we're gonna switch up. We're gonna definitely clip this, Mark. Mark, clip this, and we're gonna keep going. Shout out to Mark. We miss you. Hope to see you in February. Let's transition. Sunday Night Football Green Bay Packers, 2.5-point favorites on the road against the Seattle Seahawks, who played very well in Arizona. Surprised a lot of us on this show. I think Chris Conner was the only one that picked Seattle to show up in Arizona and beat them. So shout out to Chris Conner. Both Chris Conner and Chris Borak went 10-3 last week on their picks. I went 9-4. So Borak opened up another 1-game lead. And when I say points on this show, Borak did tell me people are not going to understand that points mean wins for money lines. So that's when I say points, and he's 11 points ahead. It means he's 11 games picked correctly for the season ahead of me, which is almost a full week, which is wild. And which means I need to pick like 4 games against them and hope they all hit for the next 3 weeks. But aside from that, Chris Conner has been picking amazing. Him and Borak have been neck and neck at the top last 3 weeks, a variance of only 2 games. So really awesome. Green Bay Packers, though, 2.5-point favorites on the road. They played well last week. Packers are going to go into Seattle. Seattle needs to win to stay in the playoff hunt. This is going to be a really great game. I love going to the 12th man and watching that in prime time. I think the atmosphere is electric. No Kenneth Walker this week, or it seems like he's trending downward from playing. That means it's Charbonnet time for Seattle, and Geno Smith slowly but surely is starting to look a little bit like his own from last year. The offense is starting to click a bit, and the defense is getting healthy. I do like Seattle at home, but I do think Green Bay's in the same situation as Seattle is for this game. They're both hunting for the win. I cannot switch the fact that the home teams are favored in these kind of matchups, especially with weather. I'm taking Seattle in this game to win. And I do think that I'm taking a money line straight up. I do like them at home. I don't need points. I think that Seattle's game, whether or not, is going to continue to open up. Green Bay's defense is going to struggle against that spread offense, and I'm going to take them even without Kenneth Walker to beat the Packers. I do think it's a close game. I'm not saying it's a blowout. Nobody take this one. I think this is going to be a great game to watch. Primetime football at its finest. Give me Seattle to win this game straight up. Borak.
That's just not good betting advice. Like, you always take the points, especially when this game is going to be close. Just like you said. I got an interesting stat, and I was completely wrong. I thought Arizona was going to win last week. I thought this was Arizona's division. God, Seattle has surprised me. And since their Week 10 bye, they're the number 1 defense in football.
Wow.
Like, they have been quietly dominating on the defensive end, which has been very surprising. And right now they control this division. It looks like the Rams are going to win. So I'm seeing this coming down to week 18 when they play the Rams for the division. After the Packers, they do have the Vikings, but then they have the Chicago Bears, and then they play the Rams. So I don't think Charbonnet. I think Kenneth Walker is a great running back, but going down to Charbonnet, I think he's proven that he can carry the load. This is a must-win situation for the Packers to stay in the playoff race for a wild card spot, because there's no way in hell they're going to win the division. But I just don't see. Oh man, it would surprise me if they get this done in Seattle. I just don't see defensively them slowing down the Seahawks at home, and their rushing attack and their ability to play action pass. So I'm going to take Seattle plus 2.5. That's going to be my pick.
Seattle's got 2 picks, and we're heating up on our first aligned pick on ITL. 3 games in, and we still didn't have a BCMG guarantee. Chris Conner.
Packers. Who outside of that one game against Detroit, where the offense just, basically fell apart and everything went wonky, they've consistently put up anywhere between 24 to 30 points. I'm sorry, in the Colts game, but they won the Colts game. So they put up points. And look, I have to give credit to Matt LaFleur. Ever since he got unshackled from Aaron Rodgers, he's now doing motion offense. This is, couldn't do that with Aaron Rodgers, but with his quarterback, which You got to start pounding respect here. Jordan Love is the real deal. This team, all of a sudden, you look and go, they're going to be scary to playoffs because they can run the ball, they can pass, they have multiple weapons, and have a defense a bit banged up. But we said the same thing. Well, the Cowboys beat up on the Packers and went the hard way. So I've learned my lesson. I'm sorry, Ernest, to bring that up because that's still memories where it's like, God,
Thanks.
You see C.D. Lamb and you asshole Jordan Love. Apologies for swearing, but give me the Packers this week.
Green Bay
So you think they make the playoffs?
Yes, I think they're one of the more dangerous teams in the playoffs.
Okay.
I don't see how they keep out. I don't see how they keep out the Commanders and Rams. I would pick the Commanders and Rams to make it over the Packers.
Who do the Packers have left to play?
Seattle, New Orleans, Vikings, and Bears.
They could go 3-1 in that route. And the Vikings is a toss-up. At home?
They play the Vikings away at US Bank Stadium.
Probably a loss.
Rams are about to win right now.
18 seconds away. Let's keep it going. No picks left on ITL yet, but let's go to our final primetime pick'em game. And the 50 y'all with us, tell us who you think are going to win this Monday Night Football matchup. Minnesota Vikings 6.5-point favorite. Skull Nation rise up at Chicago. The Chicago Bears hosting this one. Definitely underdogs. Chicago playing piss poor last couple weeks. Well, just last week, really. They're kind of on a high 2 weeks ago. Borak, how you feeling about Caleb Williams at home?
Not very good. Like, I don't know how you could be feeling yourself if you're a Bears fan. I do think because it's Monday Night Football, they're going to come out with some intensity. They're not going to just throw in the towel. I mean, they're still going to be playing hard, but this is just a poorly coached team right now. You can see they're unprepared. I said it last week. They go a quarter or two or a half with just being able not to move the ball whatsoever. They look absolutely abysmal at times. But Caleb still has talent, and they still have weapons on the offensive end. So the Vikings, you could say the same thing. They're up and down. They're inconsistent, and being on the road, a Monday Night Football at a rivalry game in the division, this is not going to be a walk in the park. But with that said, I am going to take the better coach team, the team with the better defense. But I'm going to take them on the money line. I'm not going to trust them to cover the 6.5-point spread.
I almost thought you were going to say the Bears there. Vikings money line gets the pick on that first pick there. Chris Connor.
Vikings money line. I don't trust the Bears. I think this is a team that will quit if they get it down by 10 points.
I don't think the Bears are quit. I think they're just young. I think Caleb Williams is coming to his own. It's going to take a while to get consistent. I like Minnesota money line as well. I don't like this division matchup very well for Minnesota, especially on the road. Chicago does crazy things at home in divisional games. But you got to ride here that Caleb Williams and the team have pretty much done impacted him for the year. This is it. Now, if they treat it like it's their Super Bowl, maybe not. Maybe this ends up being something crazy, but I'm going to be as confident about this Minnesota moneyline pick and making it not a BCMG guarantee, but a TSG guarantee, which means put it on those pen and papers, wave those fingers, or wave them like you just don't care. That's a TSG guarantee. It's a show guarantee right there. We're excited about that.
I like that pick.
Minnesota money line gets put on the guarantee, parlay guarantee, TSG stamped and approved. Guys, if you haven't heard about the wonderful stream team BCMG has to offer, some of those streamers are still alive, proud, and stream is still a real thing. You might not have heard of it as much with COVID being over, but check out this awesome clip and some of those amazing streamers that are still going loud and proud on Kick, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Roll it.
go. Jill going down the hill. Gonna go fetch Jack in his little pill. Jack feeling down and that's pretty bad. Let's go.
Oh, yo, clip that. Clip that headshot.
No!
A pistol. What the Okay, that didn't count.
Woo, let's go, baby, clutch it up. Yeah, I like it.
What? No way. Did that precision just kill me?
Let's go!
Nice, Papa!
Papa with the clutch kill at the end. Let's go.
Oh, I missed. That was bad.
Got him.
Nice.
Man, I'm going to go steal their shit.
That is definitely green.
You're dumb and it's orange.
We're both wrong, red.
I could get that solo if I tried it a couple times, but we'll come back to it.
I'm fucking dick right now. Holy shit. Like, I fucking suck right now.
Yeah, I can tell.
Go check out those wonderful streamers like Coach Peanut, Smashly Gaming, Borak, fist bumping because he's now 12 picks ahead as the Rams have moved ahead and won in this game against the 49ers. ITL Fire Round Pick'em. If you're not familiar, this is going to go extremely fast. We take all the money line games and add them to your parlay to add some juice and fire. Right now, Minnesota money line is the TSG only stamped of approval BCMG guarantee parlay. So get those pen and papers out, get your notes app out, and if you're driving on the road, get your memory out because these are the picks where they're going to win you some money. Let's roll it. ITL Firearm Pick powered by USAA. We are a wonderful affiliate of USAA. Go ahead and switch to your banking and insurance needs today. Let's roll it on the first one. Dallas Cowboys going to the Carolina Panthers on the road. Chris Connor.
Oof. You know what? I can't do it. I want to do it so badly, but I don't have that much, craziness in me. Give me the Panthers.
There you go. Panthers are the first pick. Chris Borak.
Yeah, we don't need analysis for this. This is the Panthers easy.
Panthers are the pick there. I am taking the Cowboys to win this game because Mike McCarthy's saving his job. So we are not adding it to the BCMG guarantee. Moving on, Miami at Houston. Houston Texans at home. Miami won an overtime thriller last week. Chris Borak.
Oh my God. Can you make me last?
I'll go first. I'm taking Houston at home against the Miami Dolphins. This is not going to be an easy game for Houston. Miami's coming in. They need wins. They're going to come in and showcase. The defense has been playing very well as of late. They came back against a team they probably should have dominated last week and almost screwed our parlay early. But it only took Tennessee to do it because Jacksonville beat Tennessee in Tennessee. Taking Houston to win this game because Joe Mixon is playing football. And when Joe Mixon's on the field, Houston Texans play winning football. And CJ Proud at home plays much better. His QBR is much higher. I'm going to take the Texans to win at home. Are we wearing battle red this weekend?
I'm not sure.
I think I saw somewhere it's battle red. If that I may be wrong on that, but I think that's what they're wearing. If they are, then they're absolutely winning. I'm taking Houston at home. Chris Connor.
Dolphins.
Dolphins are the pick for Chris Connor. We're opposite 2 games in a row. Chris Borak.
Okay, I just want to make sure the parlay was safe. Yeah, I don't feel great about it because Jalen Petre's gone for the season. Chris Carson gave him a lot of crap, but Jalen Petre has been very good for this defense, playing in that hybrid linebacker nickel corner spot. So it's a big loss. And then Juice Scruggs, he's gone. Texans offensive line has just been scary all year, which is doesn't make me feel good about the offense. And Dolphins have really good weapons. And these two coaches know each other so well. Like, this is gonna be a battle on offense and defense. Mike McDaniel and D'Amico, both coming from the coaching tree of Kyle Shanahan. So this is going to be a fun one to watch. But I'm going to take the Texans. I just want to make sure the parlay was safe because this is going to be a close game.
I'm going to enjoy this at the hotel in Vegas. Next one, Cincinnati at Tennessee is the game. Is anybody going Tennessee in this game?
After losing to the Jags, I don't know how you could.
All right, roll it. Cincinnati money line enters our parlay. Minnesota, Cincy so far on this track. Let's move on to the next game. Kansas, well, no, that's a game again. Kansas City at Cleveland is the game. Anybody taking Cleveland to beat the Chiefs?
I'll go last.
I'm taking Kansas City, and I think Cleveland's going to put a fight up. Jameis Winston likes to FAFO in these type of situations, and the defense is not terrible. And Kansas City continues to win close games. Going to the dog pound's not always easy. Shout out to Coach Peanut. I like your team in this game. I just think that they're going to win this game because they find unconventional ways to win. And Chris Jones will stack up the middle. I do enjoy watching the Chiefs this year because all of their weeks have been so entertaining, and it hasn't been Taylor Swift focused. So give me the Chiefs to win this game. And I like a comeback story. Give me the kicker to win it for them again in this dog pound arena. Chris Connor.
Chiefs, but you know what? They're going to win by 10 points this game. There's going to be a couple picks where you're going to look at Jameis Winston and realize, yes, that is why he's not a starting quarterback. Expect the Chiefs to run the ball a lot. David Njoku, so that means you don't have to worry about getting gashed by a tight end. Chiefs pull away, and this will be the first game that they don't have to go down to the wire for.
Which I hope you're right for their sake, because they seem to just have to come up with something unconventional every single week. Borak.
Yeah, and I think that's going to catch up to them. Chiefs 4-8-1 on the season against the spread. Like, that is they are just sneaking out wins, and they do not care about running up the score. Like, I don't see them blowing out anybody this year. And DeAndre Hopkins hasn't been the left that they expected.
No.
I just think that the Browns at home are going to be tough. And Coach Peanut, this is for you. I'm going to put the Browns to win this week. I don't think the Chiefs are going to sneak this one out.
Wow.
As you can see, the more you fuck around, the more you're going to find out.
If I was betting this game, I would take the points if you're going to bet this game, though. Don't get like feeling yourself. Take the points. This is going to be easy cover.
My Buffalo take was hot. Borak is like sitting in hell right now.
Hey, Borak has a nice, comfortable lead, so he's like, you know what? I can go nuts once in a while here.
He's flexing house money.
I just think this is a huge letdown. I think this is a letdown spot on the road.
Okay.
If I could take the points, I would, but I just think the Browns are going to win this game. I think the Kansas City sneaking these games out is going to catch up to them, and I think this is a letdown spot. And I don't think it's going to hurt them at all. I mean, they're still going to be the number one seed in the AFC.
I love our following. I love the 52 lurkers, but if you have an opinion on that, Coach Peanut, if you're lurking as well, go ahead and let us know. Are we crazy to think the Browns might win this game? Washington at New Orleans is the next game. Anybody riding the Saints at home?
No.
Borak?
Hell no.
All right,
nope.
Washington.
Give me the Commanders to roll.
BCMG parlay, Washington, Cincy, Minnesota. This parlay is looking very juicy as we go into what might win this season. We still haven't hit one. We've been one away 3 times this year, and kind of wild. We usually hit 2 a year. This has been weird.
Some
but let's
bad
go to
beats.
what's going to. Yeah, some bad, especially last week. We had it last week. Tennessee just scores 1 touchdown. We win that. We win last week. Let's talk about the snoozer of the week. Jets and Jags, and it's not an English dish. That is what you're going to get served up in the afternoon on Sunday. Good luck to those fan bases. I won't be watching in this game. Chris Connor, who wins?
Jets. It's the final countdown of Aaron Rodgers' career. It was nice, but this is his swan song.
Chris Borak.
I feel like this is going to be the parlay buster. The Jets should win. I mean, they were the more talented team, but God, man, they just look bad.
Don't do it,
I don't feel
Borak.
great about
Don't
it.
bet on Mac Jones. Alabama Mac is dead. Don't do it.
The Jets have looked so bad. They play down to their competition. They're poorly coached. Aaron Rodgers is a shell. Oh, God. I'm going to take the Jets.
2 Jets picks on the ITL pick'em. I mean,
don't do it, Ernest. Don't bet on Mac
so
effing Jones.
That's your chance to catch up, Ernest.
Like
you know how long I've been waiting for this? Woo, I'm about to make a name for myself here.
Mac Jones is going to come out and stomp on those New York Jets. Give me the Jacksonville Jaguars at home, and let's get this winning streak started. Goodbye, Trevor Lawrence in Jacksonville. Mac Jones is taking over in the South. Here it goes. Jacksonville wins this game. I don't want to put the Jets on the parlay. That's the only reason I'm doing this. But Mac Jones,
Ernest, I'll bet even your take in Vegas in my retirement fund that the Jets will win. Mac Jones gets ghost when he sees the Jets. Don't do it. It's like a $2 hot dog you buy at the gas station, eat with taco spread, and then you throw up for 8 days. Don't
just
do
send
it.
Send me your retirement check. I'll put that on for you. Baltimore, New York. Anybody taking New York?
God. No. How could you?
I would have to drug test you on this show if you took New York.
You know what? I might take the points. It's now 16 points. And you know the Ravens might play down. They might do it. The Ravens lost to the Browns and the Raiders. No. They lost to the friggin' Raiders, the Ravens. You cannot trust the Ravens at times.
That's a lot of points.
Somebody
tell me them winning by like 7 points.
Somebody tell me what Apple is trading at and give me that as the minus, and I would still take the Baltimore Ravens to beat the Giants.
Yeah, but 16.5 points?
Oh, yeah. Give me 16.5.
No,
this is going to be a 42-3 game.
I wouldn't bet that. I wouldn't advise anybody listening to bet that. I would stay away from this game.
Okay. Well, that's up to y'all.
How about Ravens 9.5 for the parlay?
No line. They have no line in New York on either side of the ball. They're
How about Ravens 9.5? Carson, you good with that?
He's feeling frisky.
I mean, Ravens money line is minus 1,600, guys. That does nothing for the parlay.
You already know I'm good Baltimore minus 16.
No, we're not doing that.
You guys just tell me what you want to buy down to.
You want 6.5 or 9.5, Chris Carson?
Connor, I'll do 9.5.
Okay. Ravens 9.5.
Chris Connor goes 9.5. We're doing Baltimore minus 9.5. Wave those fingers and wave them like you just don't care. Baltimore is our TSG stamped over group. I like that game. That game's going to be fun. I'm going to love to see the Giants get beat down. Let's go over where Tampa Bay goes to Los Angeles. The Chargers coming out, firing last week, trying to make a name for themselves. And now we're back here. Tampa Bay visiting the Chargers. Chargers been playing well. Team after a playoff berth themselves. Love what Harbaugh's been doing there. I actually like the Buccaneers on the road in this game a lot. But East Coast traveling to West Coast for the season does not have a winning record. And especially for teams that are coming off of late games, they don't have a winning record the following week. So we're battling an unstoppable force meeting an immovable object here. So here's the deal. The Chargers are not healthy. They are running on a backup running back situation. They've got tight end issues now. Quarterback is hurt. Defense has key injuries. The Buccaneers are going to have rest. So I'm going to go against the actual data. I am taking the Buccaneers on the road to win this game. Does anybody have the spread right now where it's at?
This is at 3 right now.
I would take that. I believe the Bucks will win. Bucks favored?
No, Chargers are favored at home by 3.
I would take the Bucks in the points. So I'd take Bucks +3 in this game. I like the Buccaneers offense as they continue to get healthy. Is Godwin back yet from his injury?
No,
not even close.
So I will take the Bucks still in this game. They looked great. I would see if the Buccaneers jump up to a fast lead, if you might want to buy points for the Chargers early on. But I do like the Buccaneers to win this game. I do think it's going to be a great game to watch. It's going to be a chess match for sure. Chris Connor.
Chargers. Mike Evans is now not practicing. The hamstrings acting up. KJ Britt did not practice. Tristan Wirfs didn't practice. Antonio Wirfs is not practicing. Bucky Irvin's not practicing because they're all injured. Meanwhile, Ladd McConkey is back in practice. So, yeah, look, it's Harbaugh's doing it again. You got screwed last week, even though I love seeing him get screwed because anytime the Chiefs can do that to people, I'm happy. But give me the Chargers this week.
1 Chargers, 1 Bucks pick. Borak.
Yeah, I think they're just resting Evans during the week. I think it's veteran rest, but we'll find out tomorrow. If he practices even limited, I think he's going to go. But the Chargers are more reliant on McConkey and J.K. Dobbins, and you take Will Dissly out of that offense. I don't know how they put up enough points to stop the Buccaneers. Even if Mike Evans doesn't go, I think the Buccaneers have proven that they're able to put up points. And I just think I don't understand this line. I have this as a pick'em game with all the injuries that the Chargers are dealing with. I don't care about the travel. Baker is going to get it done. I would already locked in the Buccaneers +3. I just think that's a great bet.
I actually was surprised the Bucks weren't favored, to be honest, with all the injuries on the Chargers side. So that shows where I'm at. Buccaneers 2, Chargers 1. No BCMG guarantee. We're down to our final 2 games. Indy at Denver. Denver at home. Very tough to beat on rest. I'll just start this one off easy. I like Denver at home. I think Denver will win this game. Indy is a good team, but Denver's defense is stout against the run, and Indy favors the run. You would have to hope that Pittman and others really help out Richardson to get the ball moving and to help in a fast-paced offense, but it's hard to do that Mile High. So give me Denver to win this game. Borak.
Yeah, I'm the same. I don't see how the Broncos are going to turn Anthony Richardson into a passer, which is going to be just a nightmare on the road. I really liked Broncos in the spot. They've been preparing in the bye week. So give me the Broncos.
2 Broncos picks, very favorable. Chris Connor.
Broncos.
Yeah. So Denver money line. What's anybody have the spread count right now? How do we feel on the spread?
I like it -4. I'll do it.
No, I like money line.
I'll keep it money line then. Denver money line enters the BCMG guarantee. So wave those fingers and then wave them like you just don't care. That is a BCMG guarantee. 53 of you all hanging out. I appreciate every single one of you. Thanks for your support. Come check us out at the Expo in February, and happy holidays to you and the families. Atlanta at Vegas is the final game of the week, Monday Night Football. There's 2 Monday night games this week. Borak, you are the leader, so you go ahead and take the final game.
Actually, make me last because I don't want this to be the parlay buster.
Okay, Chris Connor.
Cardinals.
So the Falcons.
No, he skipped. You didn't. You forgot the Patriots and Cardinals game, but
That's okay. We'll go back to it.
yeah. This is the Falcons Raiders game.
Oh, well, easy, Vin. Falcons. Raiders are what? What quarterback is still healthy on that team? Yeah, just give me the Falcons.
All right, Falcons on that game. Sincere McCormick, UTSA product, shout out San Antonio, looking fantastic for the Raiders. McConnell is out, so Minshew is starting. Is that right?
Is that confirmed that O'Connell's out? Because
I'll double check that real quick.
there was talks he was going to play.
Really? After that injury?
That's what they were saying. Hold on, let me check it out. They were saying, yeah,
the knee is just a bone bruise. Oh
yeah,
man,
they were saying that he has a chance to play. And he hasn't been playing bad.
Shocked.
What about Desmond Ridder revenge game?
That is true. There's gonna be some blood there. What do I want to do with this, Borak?
Yeah, O'Connell could still suit up. Hasn't been ruled out yet. I'm nervous about this game because the Falcons have looked like trash. And if I'm the Falcons, they need to bench Kirk Cousins. Even though they're not going to.
I'm going to take the Falcons on the road because I don't know who's at quarterback for Vegas right now. If this was Saturday night, though, I might have a completely different take. I'll be honest with you. Crosby will be havoc. Atlanta's going to struggle to contain. 13-10 Falcons because I don't know who's at quarterback for the Vegas Raiders right now. And that's the only reason why. Borak.
Yeah, I am not. I'm going to save the parlay here. I'm going to take the Raiders at home, even though they don't have home field advantage because everybody travels into Vegas to watch their team play. But something just really scares me about this Atlanta team that they are just not consistent. Their defense is putrid. And I think the Raiders get up for this game at Monday Night Football and at least make it close. I don't think you guys are wrong, but I'm going to take the Raiders.
There we go. We have the Raiders to kill that parlay pick, and we go to what's truly the last game of the week, which is New England at Arizona. Is anybody choosing New England on the road?
No, I think the Arizona Cardinals get right on this game.
A true fire round pick 'em there. Arizona Cardinals enters the parlay, and there we go. Minnesota, Cincy, Washington, Denver, Arizona money lines. Baltimore -9.5 to sprinkle some flavor. And that is tonight's show, a 6-team parlay for this week. Again, Vikings money line, Bengals money line, Commanders money line, Broncos and Cardinals money line, and then some Baltimore -9.5 in this game. Guys, what a wonderful show. We appreciate you guys. Glad to be back in action. ITL this year will be going all the way through the Super Bowl, and we're excited to be covering all the greatest games during the holidays. Chris Connor, why don't you talk to the people where they can find some of your content?
You can check me out at thelastcallpodcast.com, also on Twitter, X, LinkedIn, Facebook. And yeah, once again, we check out the latest interview. We sat down with Nino Brown, previewed this week's big Army-Navy game, 125th game, and it's going to be in Landover, Maryland this week. Also talked Bill Belichick, the UNC. And once again, Ernest, you and Borak, it's always a pleasure joining the show and talking to you guys.
Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. Enjoy having you on here and appreciate you as always. We do this weekly. Appreciate Chris Connor. Go check him out. I'm on his podcast every now and then. We have a lot of fun talking Texas football all the way around. Chris Borak, this season's co-host and winning ITL by 12 games right now, or points if you usually follow. Borak, tell people where they can find you.
You can find me on social media at @PlusWalker. Appreciate everybody hanging out tonight. Good luck in week 15. If you made the fantasy football playoffs, good luck to you. Hope you guys rack up some points and win some cash. And good luck to everybody's bets. And thanks for hanging out.
Absolutely. We appreciate y'all hanging out today. I'm your host, Ernest Docky Silva. Appreciate all the love and all the congratulations across all social platforms. And also, if you showed up at the expo and you hung out with us, appreciate you as well. If you were a leader, we have your phone number. You may get a text from us to say when we're going to be at the next one. You can always opt out of that. We appreciate the heck out of everybody, and we appreciate all the love and support we get. You guys, good luck with your fantasy football teams this week. We hope you guys win, and good luck to your teams who are still in the playoff hunt. Peace.